Hello. Hi. This is the first time I'm doing a just me talking. You might hear my cat, Morpheus, very timely since this video is about cats. So, yeah. I played this game for free thanks to Nola Queen Real, and I want to thank her for sending the key to play this game. Um, I also want to thank Spoonful of Wonder who made this game. I had a great time playing it. At times it did feel a little like long, but mostly because I feel like I drag things out a little bit. I'm also on a little like respite, so I've dragged the game out a little longer than it should have been. Sorry. The beginning starts out with a PSA of sorts. Um, It says this game was born on lands rich with stories, the lands of Gadigal people of the Ora Nation. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. We honor their connection to sky, sea, and soil, and to the dreaming that never sleeps, to their elders, past and present, and to all First Nations people, we offer our respect. Because, surprise, surprise, that I think the game is made by people in Australia. I have thoughts on Australia. I'll keep those to myself. Um, but overall, I think this game has a lot of like sad points when it comes to pet's owner, and we end up gaining more insight into Dawn, because that's the cat's name, and gaining empathy for her. But it starts out with that message, and I thought it was gonna be a little bit like a dedication to those people and more like highlighting of the Gadigal people maybe learn something through that, like through the game about these people, and we don't. So that's interesting. But I'm glad it's dedicated to them in some way. Forgive me, I only have certain clips because apparently my computer wasn't going to capture everything. So bear with me. But basically, we start out with Olive going to a animal shelter, looking to adopt a cat. You can pick, you can select any cat technically. Um, I selected a fully black cat, and the cat was a she, and Olive named her Dawn. And the first couple of days that she has Dawn, it isn't going pretty, it isn't going great. And as a cat owner, I get it. I understand that. Because they have to learn the lay of the land. They have to feel like this place is theirs as well as yours. So it's a lot of learning the territory. And with Dawn, I think it's a lot of like, I don't want to say immature because it's a cat, but like, it's like in this immature phase. Cats usually are in this like rebellious, like immature phase where they like, but it's not immaturity, it's just like they're learning how to use their claws, what they can use their claws on, where to like sleep, where to pee, where to poop, where to like do all these things that come naturally to them. um and even being like, you have food sitting out or like something that sits out that's foodstuffs that cats probably would be attracted to, and learning that they can't touch it because there are many scenes, not many, but a couple of scenes early in the game where Dawn basically has to knock over a bunch of things and like mess things up. And it's like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. Or the few like first days that Olive has Dawn, and Olive is trying to like coax her to like you know chill with her and like talk to her and like, play or whatever. It's like a lot of hissing. And I don't want to hiss at a woman. And as you will see when you first play the game, Olive is sick, but we don't know how, like what, with what, how. There's no really real backstory on Olive other than she's old and she's, old and she got sick somehow. Um, there's this pivotal moment. I'm gonna be all over the place, but there's this pivotal moment with Olive where Dawn finds her in the bathroom, like struggling, and all she does is like sit there and like lay with her. Because that's all she can do is just sit there and lay with her. And when Dawn wakes up, Olive is just like in her room somehow. Dawn is trying to figure out a way to get Olive to like, hey girl, hey girl, come on out. Come on out. Come on out, girl. And she couldn't, like, at all. So people are trying to reach Olive, and again, it's just Dawn here. Dawn can't open doors. Well, technically she could, but like, I don't think she's learned that skill yet. And she can't do certain things, so she's a cat, And so the police get there, or the ambulance, I think, they get there, and her daughter, Olive's daughter, gets there, and she, you can hide, you can stay still, whatever it may be, you can do it, whichever, those two options. I chose personally to hide under the couch, so that's what I did, and then I meowed. And so I never got to see them taking Olive out of the house. And prior to Olive, going to the hospital, you would hear calls from the daughter to Olive and them have conversations about like, oh, you need to take your medicine. Oh, you can't, just, not check in. You can't not take your medicine. You have to stay up on, your health and da 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 da, like stuff like that. We get to that pivotal point where she has to go to the hospital. And then Dawn is in the home by herself. And she just starts getting into everything. When I mean everything, I mean everything. She starts getting into everything. And Olive has a hobby. She paints. And you know what? You know what Dawn does? You know what Dawn does? She knocks 3 paint cans over. And she puts her paws in each paint, and then walks all around the house. That's what you're instructed to do. Walk all around the house. Insanity. Insanity. Crazy business. And so Olive's gone for like a couple of days. And then when Olive and her daughter come back, the daughter is upset. Not about like the tracks or anything, but like when she sees Dawn, she's like, oh my God, get out, basically. So she grabs Dawn by her scruff and like throws her into, I think, the backyard, if I'm not mistaken. And she ends up confessing, because mind you, let me go back a little bit. There's a scene that we see of our Dawn being inside and, seeing a cat that looks just like her on the windowsill looking into the home. Mm-hmm. And so when, zooming forward, when we get to the point where Olive's daughter is throwing Dawn out, she says, oh, I threw you, basically I threw you, I'm paraphrasing, I threw you out and you came back. She can't take care of a cat. She can barely take care of herself. So she admitted to Dawn that she threw OG Dawn out, and she in her brain thought that OG Dawn just came back. I think in her mind, either that or she knows that Dawn was adopted. Um, let's just say Dawn the remix was adopted. So Dawn is in the backyard, just, trying to get back inside, meowing, trying to get back inside, but can't because the daughter basically locked her out. And so she's roaming the backyard. She then, because there's a time that we go in the backyard in the beginning parts of the game, and I would consider this part that I'm talking about like the middle-ish. And before that, in the beginning of the game, when we go in the backyard, we see that, like, and Dawn's attitude, Dawn the remix's attitude is basically like, oh, we're getting out of here. We're going to get out of here. Like, we're getting out of this place. And there's a hole in the fence or the garden wall that's like, I think it's a door or a garden wall. And there she was thinking about escaping through that. And I was like, nah, we can stay. But in this instance, it was like, oh, well, just go out. And so going under the little, like, going through the little hole, when Dawn does that, Dawn the remix does that, the other Dawn somehow gets a chance to get back in the house. And now we locked out. And now Dawn Remix is locked out. Hello. And that's basically Dawn for the rest of the game. Like, girl, how are you gonna do me like this? That's basically Dawn the rest of the game. How are you going to do me like this, sister? You adopted me. How are you gonna do this to me, sister? I thought it was us. I thought we was locked in indefinitely. And so basically I'm gonna speed run the rest of this because I literally just got done playing the ending yesterday. And basically Dawn the remix is running the streets. She's running the streets. She's like trying to get food, trying to just, survey the area, get milk, get water, whatever it may be, like just something to survive. My sister is going through it. She goes through these people's backyard, right, to get food, but it's dog food. And so these, I think they're Dobermans. They're like 3 Dobermans, nigga. I'm sorry. There's like 3 Dobermans. And you gotta play like this hide and seek type of game. Like you gotta run, hide, run, hide. And you finally get to some of the food, but you gotta, like, you get a little bit of food, and then the dogs are right behind you. And then so you gotta make a run for it. You gotta make a run, dash. You gotta get out of there. And then we make it to Olive's house. Where we were with the dogs is not that far away from Dawn's house. Not Dawn's house. Well, was her house. Dawn the remixes. So yeah, I'm fucking myself up. But it was Olive's house. Dawn the remix's old house. And she hides under the chair on the front porch. And she's trying to like intimidate the dogs. And it's not working. But it's creating noise. Sorry, I just hit my mic. It's creating noise. So whoever's in the house can come outside. And that's exactly what happened. Olive came outside and the daughter came outside and she was like, oh, well, let me get the dog back to its house, its owner. And Olive is like, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, you need some water? Gave Dawn OG some water. Great, great, great. Um, and and like there are two, I think, two other instances where Dawn goes back to Olive, but we'll get into that. After that, it's a lot of ripping and running the streets. Dawn tries to be like a wildcat, tries to be a street cat. You know, she's done the domestic thing. You know what I'm saying? She cannot make it at all. At all, at all, at all, at all. She cannot do it. It's just not, she's not of that. And I want to say the I mean, there is one very nice, sweet little boy that like helps us out when we at the park trying to do the wildcat slash street cat shit. But that's short lived. The last time we go to Olive's house, there's like this kerfuffle with the OG Dawn. There's a kerfuffle with the OG Dawn. And she's like, oh, oh, I fucked it. Oh, I fucked up. Yeah, okay. Gets Dawn the remix and it's like, oh, let's go for a little ride. I was scared. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I said, a ride to where? What are you doing? I didn't want it to get dark real fast. It got dark, but like not in the way I was expecting. And so she drives out. She drives out, way out into the into the country, and drops Dawn the remix off. She didn't try to rehome the girl. She didn't try to bring her back to the shelter. Nothing. Like, sister, I don't know what the laws are in Australia. I don't live there. That is not my neck of the woods. I don't know. No. But was that not an option? Like, y'all, anybody Australian, let me know, cause I don't live there. She leaves Dawn the remix out there. It's like, oh, well, there aren't any dogs out here. There's like not that many people, no cars, so you won't get, hurt. And just leaves her. And Dawn, the remix is like, her mindset is like, oh my God, let me catch up to you type shit. She's running for her life. Dawn, the remix, gun it, trying at least. Something happens, I don't necessarily remember again yesterday. The wee early hours of the night, I played this game. I kind of forgot some pieces and parts. Excuse me. But let's just say we enter a section and a part. This is towards the end of the game, where after all the trials and tribulation, because like Dawn literally had to fight cats. Okay, she had to fight other cats. It was pretty tough for me playing, because most of my buttons are like, all my buttons are flipped. And so that was a tough part, fighting them cats. There are two different sets of cat gangs that you gotta fight, and so difficult. Like, it for me, it may be easier for someone else that doesn't have a messed up controller to play this, and or like you have a console and you can play it, and a dependable controller or whatever for that console. We get to this part of Dawn being in the middle of like the street, and I know I haven't brought this up yet, but she has inner dialogue that's going on from when she was living at Olive's. Because I guess Olive always had the like that nature channel on, and so her now like her inner dialogue is like that nature channel voice. Like it's like the narrator for like the nature channel is her inner monologue for herself. And like her actually not inner monologue, it's like her self-conscious. So when she's doing something, whether it's trying to like be a fierce cat or like, oh, trying to catch a butterfly, that's what's going through her subconscious, or that's what is going through her mind. And the voice that she's hearing in her mind is her subconscious, like using the nature narrator voice and like theming it like it's like her learning to do this thing that all big cats do. At this point in the game, is towards the end, and she's just tired. She literally sits in the middle of the street, and the voice in her head is like, "Oh, girl, what are you doing? Get up! You see them lights? They're coming towards us." And in her like in her mind, she's like, I've tried to be a street cat, I've tried to be a wildcat, I've tried to be a domestic cat, and nobody wants me. Nobody, because even with the one of the cat gangs, she tried to make friends with them and they didn't accept her. You know, being a wildcat is to be a lonely cat, you know, and then to have that domestic cat be put out by her owner, she just felt like, oh well, then I'm useless. I I have no purpose here, and that was really sad to me. Like, it made me like look at my cat like, bro, do you feel like you have purpose here? and, and like, but also just as a human being, that yeah, I was like, oh, don't hit me like this. It's early. It's early. Well, for like as in time, like the time I was playing it. I'm like, oh, it's early. Do not do this to me. Do not do this to me, because it was early in the morning. And then she has this like final destination thing that happens to her. So like, you see the car coming and the lights coming, and then we have like, well, you know what? Maybe not a final destination, but maybe just time. Well, no, I'm gonna say final destination because it's like the thing that we don't want to happen feels like it happens. And then this is a spoiler. Most of this is a spoiler. All of this is a spoiler. Amen. And so we go into this dream state, and we're seeing all of these realities where animals are being, you know, in a sense, degraded slash treated badly, or not rated at all. Basically, like, oh, a boy gets like, for example, a boy gets a kitten for Christmas and he didn't want it. um, and I think there's a dialogue that happens there that I totally forgot. So again, not really a spoiler, but a spoiler of things that I remember in my brain. Um, there's no script. I'm just yapping it up right now. And so the that happens. And then we come back and the car is all the way down the street now. You have to make a choice to either stay or to get out the way. I chose the good thing, the good option, which was to get out the road. And then, you know, Dawn, gets out the road. I don't know if this happens that day or another day, but Dawn comes to the house and she sees that there's an auction sign on the front lawn. She like, hold up, what's going on? And then she goes inside the house. There's boxes everywhere. Upstairs, boxes everywhere. In the back, boxes everywhere. She comes back to the living room and she sees OG Dawn. OG Dawn look at her and like, cause they had, almost scrapped it up for real. The first, was it the first time they met? I think the first time they met, they almost scrapped it up for real. Like, so OG Dawn tells Dawn Remix, hey, basically follow me. And so they, go down, this path together. And when they get to the destination, it's to the retirement home. And because I think this was leading up to this whole time where the daughter wanted to put her into a retirement home. She just wasn't going for it. But I guess she finally convinced her to do it. And we see them just like, daughter put her head on Olive's shoulder. And we see Dawn OG, and then we see Dawn the Remix just chilling on they're like on the fence looking at them. Because it's like Olive and the daughter are in the backyard of the house that she has in the retirement home. Because you get that, I guess, in retirement homes over there, or just where this retirement home place is, you can have actual homes, but like separate homes. So that's kind of dope. And that's how the story ends, effectively. I liked it. I thought it was very nice and succinct. Jeez, that took a minute to get out. It was nice and succinct. I can't get it out. It was nice and simple and straight to the point as a game. I feel like it could have went deeper, but I feel like it's as deep as it needs to be. I think right now maybe they make a second one. I haven't checked if they have, but maybe they make a second one and go a little deeper into like Dawn, like the OG Dawn, and then like maybe do like a flashback and then a flash forward to see, not just to see how they're doing, but to like play them as they are now. And have more information, or not even information, more like integration of who the Gotta Go people of Aura Nation. Again, excuse me if I'm saying that wrong, but that would be nice. I want to know who they are. Like, I mean, I could Google. Yeah, I'll Google, but like, representation would be nice. But overall, a good game. There also are some points where, like these mini games. I wouldn't even say mini games, but it's like when Dawn goes to sleep, there are these like she has dreams. So basically, we're playing in her dreams, and sometimes they be nightmares. I think that was a cool touch to the game, because like some of the dreams are fun. Some of the dreams are fun, and then when bad things happen, they turn dark. And so I like that aspect of it. I think like it could just be a little bit more introspective, just a tiny bit more, just tiny bit. Like, but they got it. Like, this game itself is really good. Like, I would play a different game from the company that made this, which is Spoonful of Wonder. I would play another game. I think if it has like the gravitas of what this game does, then I'd play another game. But yeah, do you like my review? Let me know. I don't know. This is my first time ever like just playing a game and reviewing it, versus like, I guess, playing a game on stream and then like talking about it on stream and like having a conversation about it on stream. So yeah, I don't know if I'm that good at reviewing games, but again, just let me know. I probably will be back on this channel sooner, or mostly maybe later. But I'm still on my break because I'm taking a self break. But I shall be back. Probably not with like bigger and better things, but hopefully like better, just overall better stuff to put up. I don't know. Might just put up whole vlogs. I don't know. Not vlogs, crazy. Whole VODs. But we'll see about that. I say a lot of things, and that would have to get edited, of course. Also, music. I play a lot of music. I'm a music girl. I'm a music girly. I play a lot of music, but I do be yapping a lot. So I don't know. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I know it's probably long, and if it isn't long, I know I just be rambling and yapping, and sometimes people don't like my voice. So there's that. Um, like and subscribe. Please share. You know, turn a noti on. Comment. Let me know what's up. Let me know if you hate it. You liked it. You don't like me. You like me. Like, let me know. Thank you. All right. Bye.